What's up guys, welcome back to the next video on learning Python. My name is QD Azani and you guys watching my channel Korayoud. In the previous video we've seen the basic data types and we've seen the number, numeric. So we're going to get rid of these ones and we're going to start the strings. And then the next video we're going to go on the list, then tuple, then dictionary. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of all. Looks like I don't need any. So we're going to discuss about the strings. In Python, strings is a predefined object which contains anything, which contains any word or anything that our text or anything that you guys can convert by a byte. So in Python, string is predefined object. As we said that everything in Python is object, so it basically contains characters, it basically contains numbers, and it contains text. So it basically can contain anything that can be represented, can be encoded as text or byte. So that contains, say, characters or anything. Characters, I'm gonna put it there, that can be encoded as text or byte. So basically you guys can use anything that that's in computer that computer can encode it as text or byte. So we've seen how we do our string with literal string with our names. We've seen that. So it contains characters, text, symbols, files that you guys contain in a memory, files in computer's memory, say in computer's memory, and even you guys go on www like YouTube, internet addresses, or even source code, for example. Source code, as if you guys go say int main, this is source code. So if you guys go in Python and say source code means that say my name, and it says Yazdani, this is source code. So if you put a my name, and you guys going to see Yazdani, this is a string. This is a very basic string that you guys can write. So lists and strings in Pythons are immutable. Strings are immutable. It means once you guys define or declare your strings, then you guys cannot change it. So we give you the basic example of say our name, and if you say print, and if you say my name, and you're gonna see that's Yazdani. That's very simple print of a string. We put it Yazdani, so you guys can index that one. So if you have a string and you guys can index that one, index your string, and index starts from zero in Python, except R language. In any other language start from zero except R language. So if you guys want to know, R is for statistical language, and we can use it for artificial intelligence and machine learning. But anything that you guys the index starts from zero. So if you come here and if you say print, and you say my name, and you put your index here, depends what index you guys looking for. And so if you're looking for 0, then the y come in. So if you're looking for say 1, then A came in. So if you're looking for 2, then Z coming. So if you're looking for 3, as you go along, then D come in. So if you guys notice here, Y, A, Z, D, and looking here is the index of the position 0, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, and as you've seen from 0 all the way to 3. So if you put a 4, it's gonna come it's gonna come have a look at this one. It's gonna be nearly, but we wrote it here Yazdani. So that's how the Python strings works, because it's object, and you can see that with this one you guys can index that one. So if you can index this one, so we can use a lot of functions like length, len, and then we can use the str as well, because they're inbuilt Python function. These ones can you guys can find out the length of the string. This one you can find out manipulate strings with this one. So we're going to clear this one, Control L. So you can you guys can use this. If I don't know if you guys can see this length, you can find the length. So if you put a print, say my length of my name, so you put a len, we put a my name, you guys can find the length of the string. So it's a 7. But what about if you guys don't want say 1 letter or 2 letters? So we put a -2, and you're going to see 5, because we deducted -2 from the string. So how about if you guys can see the manipulate the length, and if you guys can say deduct anything from the length, then you guys must be able to say put the extra name. So my name, and then we put our full name, for example, full name, my full name, and then you can put a my name, and plus, then you guys can put a QD, for example, QD, and if you put a full name, and Yazdani QD, or the other way around. So you can do that. You can put the name, so you can put the name of the Joe Biden or Donald Trump. As we said that strings are immutable, and you guys can put a sequencing, so you guys can sequence the string, and it's from the left to right positional order. And as I said to you guys, is immutable, so it's from the left to right, and you can put it from left to right order, and cannot change, cannot be changed. So there's a lot in inside the strings, because it's objects, and this is just a little bit just an introduction. And once we go towards the functions, and we can come here, and we can see that in depth of the strings, we can see the full objects, we can see everything about the index. This is just an introduction, and you guys can learn the basics of the strings. But when we go towards say, if you guys understand the functions and the classes, and you guys understand the object, then you guys can understand this one, because there's a very big algorithm inside the strings, so you guys can learn, especially about the tuples and about the list. So say this one, say if you put a y, this is empty strings, there is nothing inside this one. So if you put it like this means it's empty. So there is we have then double quoted, if you guys can put it like that, and you can put a double y for say Yazdanis, for example. And if you guys look in here, we have double quotes. So if you put it like that, look in here, that just observe here that it's a double quote and there is a single quote. And if you do that, Python can distinguish that this is a double quote and this is a single quote. And you guys can put a escape sequence, or you guys can put say y, as we said that like that. If you guys put 3, and you guys put this comment, and just put another 3, and if you guys go look at that, this is comment. So you guys can put a multi-line comments as well. So Control L, so you can put a comment, or C, we can put 3, and we can put this is, and then come here, multi-line comment, long comment. You can change this one here, so if you can take here, and you guys can put it here as well. And as long as when the Python come in and looks for this 3 double quote here and 3 double quote here, it means that Python says, okay, your comment finish here, so the game's over. It means the game's over. You guys can play around here, but not after this one. So if you do after this one, if you put a C, so you guys gonna look here, this is a multi-line, and you guys looking here, this is the next line, /n, and /n means this is the next line. So that's the next line, this is, then the next line, multi-line, then the next line, comment, then the next line, it goes all the way next line, comment. So it means, if you guys remember, Python, we have an indentation problem, but in this case there is no indentation problem because it's all inside this triple quote. So it means Python is not giving us any error.